My fucking mic died. Who knows? But anyways, let's get this video cracked out. Okay. What I'm gonna cover is gonna be a little bit different at the end, but as of right now, caught a squirrel, but saved a baby bird. Baby bird was cute as hell. I'm pretty sure it was a robin on the ground. You know, at first it was on a little branch that broken branch that fell off the tree, and it was chilling on that branch for a little bit. So I went to, buy it because I was actually working a little bit, weed eating, and I saw it just chilling. I didn't want to hit anything towards the bird because it was still an infant. It flew off of the branch, went onto the ground next to the base of the tree that I seen it at. And I brought my phone out, started videotaping, and while I was videotaping, the bird flew up on my phone. So I grabbed it off of my phone, put it on my shoulder, and, just comforted. Didn't leave the area because I knew that the mother would come back. The bird was strong, so I know the mother was consistently feeding it, taking care of it. So I just chilled around the area. Luckily, in a little bit, the mother did come back, saw where she landed, put the bird in that same tree. The mother seen the bird, called out to it. Baby knew exactly what to do. Started hopping off that tree and went to the mother. So that was fucking cute, guys. It was so nice. I was so happy that I got to save a little baby bird. And I caught a squirrel. That sucker, he just didn't see me coming. I snuck up behind him, scooped him up. He's fine. I just wanted to, want to catch animals. Put that bugger down. I wish I videotaped this part. He's fine. He ended up just kind of just staring at me for a second and just ran away right after. So that was the highlight of my animal week. There was a snake incident, but that sucker I didn't have time. He just kind of slid right between my legs. Wasn't sure if it was a cotton moth or not. Pretty sure it was a water snake. Back to what I wanted to get into, a little bit more serious subjects, because I think I can talk about now because of my persona. I finally gave it confidence. I have been lacking on the confidence part. There was things in my life that I needed to sort out, and I realized recently that it was in the back of my mind. But also building up my confidence took me a while. It took me like around a couple of years to get that bugger back. So now since it's back, I've been noticing a lot of false confidence and just people lying to themselves. So like, for instance, there was a thing that happened as of recent that there's this guy that is pushing his weight, and I don't know. Actually, I do know. I just thought about it. His confidence comes from his weaponry. He has a gun, and I know he can fight. There are certain people you can just see that they will turn to weapons before they be a man and fight man to man, fist. They know when they are, there's a superior person that can physically overwhelm them. They're gonna pull a weapon. That's the first thing. That's the type of guys. They don't have no honor. I know a couple guys that, like, they will get their ass whooped for most guys, but they're still gonna charge. You're still gonna charge because that's the point. It's about being a man. It's not about being a pussy and going the easiest way. It's about being a man, stepping up to the plate and be like, okay, might get my ass whooped, but I swear to you, I swear to you, oh shit. The accent is coming out, guys. I swear to you that when you go home, people will know that you've been in a fight. And that's the kind of attitudes I love. That's the kind of people that I get along with. Great. Because usually the guys who always are game to fight are always the guys who don't fight first. They'll always try to talk it out. And I appreciate that. I learned a lot from those guys because I was one of those guys who will always get hot and heavy, who was always blowing hot air just from somebody just kind of throwing a little shade. And that's the thing, pushing your weight around. How can you push your weight around? How can you look at somebody, oh, I just thought about it again, just figured it out. It's people that push your weight around and people that literally know that you will beat their ass, will fuck with you under certain circumstances. Like they'll make sure they're in an area knowing that you're not going to act up because of certain individual, or they're going to run their mouth because they're protected in some type of way, or they have a weapon and they start running their fucking mouths. It's crazy. Those guys will always be pussies and find the easiest route to fuck with people. That's the type of people that you really gotta watch out, because they'll get you any type of way. They'll go behind, make you look bad, make up lies, and just pretty much fuck with you. So you really be careful. I'm one of those guys who are easy to fuck with. I'm easy to push around. I'm that guy to, you ask me to do something, I'll most likely do it. So I know how it is from first-hand experience. I had a bully. I had bullies. I dealt with most of them. Unfortunately, I didn't have anybody to come and back me up. I was always kind of like the guy on his own. I had friends, but I came to an understanding that most of the time I'll have to get their back, and I'm not sure if they had my back. I know a couple guys, hands down, had my back at a point, but nowadays, but we're not talking about nowadays. Talk about when I was a dumbass. So when I was a dumbass, I did have backup. That's the only thing that matters. So when I was a dumbass running my mouth, I always had backup. I always know that I could throw down with somebody, and people had my back, and knowing that I ain't gonna get falsed. Got falsed once. That was a strange interaction. I ended up fucking that guy up anyways. But I had a black guy. I looked worse than him, but I took him out. So I had homies at that time that will back me up. So watch out for those guys who has homies that can fight. They will always rely on them. Also, that kind of goes into the last subject that I kind of was learning about and really getting more of a concept about, because this was very foreign to me, because I thought reality was just a thing that you see right in front of you. Reality is things you can touch, but it's different. Reality, your conception of reality is also a reality. So having a certain point, that certain standard of how you look at yourself, how you look at life, how you look at how you conduct yourself, builds a certain reality in your head on how things are. I have seen guys do things that I do with women. I don't want to say two women because it sounds bad. It sounds like a fucking pervert or fucking, one of those ill. But no, this is what I mean by it. I have gone up and said some pretty risky things to women, and they laugh. I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm above average looking male. I am a fucking straight average financially male, financially stable male, straight average. Actually, no, I don't think I'm average. Oh shit, I think I'm on the lower half. I think no, I'm average now because I got 2 jobs, so I'm average now. But what I'm getting at is, look wise, personality wise, and experience wise, I'm a little bit above average most men, above average men, just because I fish, I dive, I surf, I do MMA, I am a little bit of a historian.
One eternity later.
But that's all personal opinion. So I don't really care about personal opinion. It's more so on what I put into the world. And usually when you do that, it has a ripple effect. And some of the ripple effects that comes back is people comments about you. They're like, whoa, can't believe you know how to drive a tractor. Whoa, D, I didn't know you know how to weld. Whoa, D, can you help me with my car? There's something going on with it. And I'm like, yes, I actually can fucking do those things. I actually helped one of my friends up in Texas here. And the funniest thing is, it was just a starter problem. All mechanics out there, they're like, okay, yes, we know what you did. You tapped on the starter. But you're a mechanic. So learn that standard is not an average Joe standard. An average Joe standard is checking your oil and turning your lights on to see if your battery is dead. That's average Joe standard. That's like mechanic, like basic mechanic standard. That's the basic stuff you want to know to be a mechanic. And knowing those standards is a big fucking thing, because you can really put yourself in positions to make yourself successful, or, you know, be a little cocky and kind of be like, yeah, boys, I'm a badass. So that's my thing, you know, and a lot of it goes with outdoor stuff and things like that. And the last thing I want to talk about this reality thing is also another subject that I'm kind of leaning into, because a lot of it has been happening to me in my personal life, is gaslighting. Gaslighting has been so huge in my life. And I think because of gaslighting, it made me a better communicator. It made me didn't make me a better speaker, but it made me a better communicator. I can communicate with almost anybody. I can, you know, the most emotional, feely person that runs with feely logic. I'm calling that feely. That's my new shit. I made it up. Feely logic. The feely logic. Oh, I feel this. I feel that. I always shut that down. They always come back to earth with that stuff. I had that happen to me with the young blood the other day. He's like, "Whoa, this is what I feel. I feel that Jesus, this is that." Well, that's fine. That's fine. But I don't run that way. So if you're gonna have a conversation with me, I will make sure you know, like, I don't care on what you feel. I only care on what you know. I only care about what facts is. I don't care about what you made up in your head. And the only reason why a lot of people they're frustrated talking to me, especially family, is because I feel bad that I let this happen. Like, I let them gaslight me. So it's hard for them not to talk to me and just gaslight me and things. I had a situation where I called a family member, and it kind of did end badly. Kind of like, it did put a little bit of weight on my heart. And it I'm just gonna talk about it very briefly. I called them up. I called the person up. I asked, "How you doing? Checking up on you. I'm worried." And they said, "I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling." And that part made me sad, because they're going through stuff, and that person is you know, going through a hard time, and it's not an easy time with what he's going through, because I had other family members, I went through a similar situation with it. And you know, he told me he didn't know how he's feeling, and I tried to, you know, give him some advice, like, I feel you, bro. Like, I even brought my other cousin into the situation, because you know, I didn't want to be like, you should do this. I, you know, try to give that person a situation where they could relate to, because that person kind of went through a harder situation than what this person went through, and how she was working out, she was going back to paddling, she was trying to start a little side business, but none of it was going far. You know, everything was, you know, taking 1-2 steps, but not really going through. She actually went practice. She is working out. The, you know, starting a clothing brand was like, you know, it's not really a thing, but she's trying. She's taking those steps to move past her trauma. And when I say trauma, my shit was drama. Her shit was trauma. And she's such a fucking queen to be moving through all that. And she's role model in my life, and somebody I am learning from till this fucking day. She's a tough bitch, and I don't think there's no one in this world that can learn a lesson and kind of be inspirational by her story. And I told him the parts that I think he needed to hear. He heard it, and then once I kind of started focusing more on that person, and asking that person what are they doing to better themselves, and it wasn't a good thing. What they were doing was not good, and I tried to let him know and tell him what is good, and it just started getting defensive, and that person just started telling me like, why is this coming from? Where is this coming from? I'm fine. I don't need to do nothing else. I don't need to do anything else. Why do you think I'm not fine? I'm good. And you don't need to be bringing this shit up. And I was just like, what the fuck? I'm sorry that I'm worried, but you literally said a couple minutes ago that you don't know how you're feeling. And now you're telling me you're good. Sorry, I'm just worried. And he just kept on gaslighting me, started just yelling at me, and I'm just talking. This is how I was talking the whole time. I didn't even raise my voice. And just, it ended up me knowing that he didn't consider me family. And that was just the hardest part. That was the hardest part. And I made sure that the communication was clear, and that I asked the question again, made sure I heard it correctly, and he doubled down. He doubled down on it, and he didn't. I gave him some time to, say his piece, but he didn't say nothing. He just left it right there, and I just, okay. Told him I love him. Hope everything works out. Keep on doing what you're doing. You saying that you're doing things that are benefiting. So just keep on being strong and keep on working on your family, and I hope you get your family back. And so that ended that, and that kind of was a whole weight off my shoulders, because I had answers that was on my mind for years, where the position I was in that person's life, and now I can move on. And then there's a lot of things that came to clarity after that. But oh shit, that was a fucking emotional shit. I've learned that this is kind of a journal for me. This is actually more than just me trying to be famous and me trying to make money. This channel is actually for me, guys. You guys are watching it to this point, fucking thank you. Thank you. But I guessing I'm realizing that this channel is actually for me. I was too embarrassed to admit it. You know, it's hard not to critique yourself and see yourself when you're editing a video of yourself for fucking hours on end. So it gives me time to reflect on myself and kind of critique my personality, my character, and my persona. Persona for YouTube, my characteristics, my character for life, and you know, fucking what was the fucking persona, character, and yeah. Well, in general, it's finally giving me peace and all that shit. Fuck, if I remember the third one, I'll bust another one. But yes, sorry, I'm getting all emotional. My mind is going all types of era, peeps. So I think I might just wrap this up in a little bit. The last subject was actually gaslighting. I wanted to touch on that a little bit more, but we can do that in another video. Yeah. So it's kind of want to do. This is actually the 4th or 5th video I shot this week, just because I needed to practice, guys. I really needed to practice. The practice was like, oh, my last videos was like the persona was dying. I felt insecure, blah blah blah. I think because I wasn't going around my gym homies, my gym family, my MMA family, because of the motherfucking stuff. But yeah, other than that, my persona-wise, guys, my confidence, it's been, after that call, it's kind of been like, I don't know, it's like I could breathe, like a big breath of fresh air. I just came by and I just took a deep breath and it just like I feel peace in my soul. It's weird. But yeah. This is a little bit different just because I've been laming it. But if you guys been watching to this point, bro, thank you guys for the support. I've hit a little bit more, like, I'm not thinking about getting 1,000, 1,000,000 views, you know, within a year or two. You know, I'm just happy to have 1 or 2. I'm up at 32 views as of now. I'm dorking it. I'm loving it because it was at 28 last week. Yes, guys, see, last week. You know, so it's fun. I'm enjoying it. This is fun. I love it. I love you guys. Yeah, you guys have a great one. Well, that.
Get it out. Don't get it fucking stuck. You're about to be on the daily fucking wet. Yep. Yeah, something. About to be fucking wet.
Again. Oh. Fuck him. Oh my god. That fucking sucked.